Heroes and Zeros, and welcome back to Gone Rogue. Last time we assembled all the explosives, so now it's time to go to the lab and blow it up. The lab has many people, many security systems, several steel doors. It has no safes because this is the last mission, and as you might expect, the final mission doesn't have a whole lot of loot, so it doesn't have any safes in it. Anyway, there's only 3 security cameras because this is sort of a black site. They don't want to have too much evidence of all the horrible crimes against humanity, so not too many of those. 4 computers, 2 doggos, code locks, and bloodhounds. For our specializations, we're gonna bring factory worker, we're gonna bring scout, and you may be like, Lethal, what about leader pack? There's doggos. They're not really a big problem. We're gonna leave them. Gonna bring the Phantom, gonna bring co-felinist, and for a couple of new ones, we're gonna bring Universal Tool. Turns out we don't really have a whole lot of time left to get all those things up to max, so we're gonna go ahead and just do this the easy way. In case you forgot, Universal Tool allows Jack to break into windows, safes, iron doors with just his lockpicks. And the next thing, and last thing we're gonna bring, is Captivating Addiction. Duration of action or effectiveness of psychotropic drugs, medicine tinctures, and decoctions is increased by 2 times. Pretty alright. For our pockets, we're going to bring EMP pistol. We're going to bring, what was I thinking? We're going to bring some mushrooms. Bring some full ones. There's a full one. That's a full one. We're going to bring some brainstem, some melancholia, and a third breath. Not that I think we're going to use it. This is a fairly short mission, actually. For our tools, we're going to bring lockpicks, 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 acid, and a Dakota. Because we don't need any like rough entry methods. We don't need any drills. We can do all that with just lockpicks. So let's go. The laboratory. Here it is. The source of evil. Potentially capable of destroying our entire world. Our main goal. Plant the explosives in the basement of the laboratory. Let's go. Now, like I said, it's not a very big mission. Not very long. This building, though, is full of bullshit. Right to the brim. Go ahead and get picking on this. We have a truck here that has a hydraulic cutter. We have a guy over here who's of no consequence. I can't remember what's in there. It's probably nothing worthwhile. Go and jump in the window. Come on, Jackie. Jackie, why are you such a bastard? Get in the window. Oh, no, he's going to spot me. Ah, no, I'm awesome. I forgot. Lethal didn't forget. How could he forget? Go ahead and break off that. Not really a big problem here. There's a lot of ways to make entry in this into this particular building. Come on. Get out of here. There you go. Alright, let's finish that up. And let's go ahead and use some mushrooms. Just to make this easier. So there's a few ways to get in here, but we're just going to go in through the front door. You may recall from the last mission, or one of the ones before it, I can't remember to be honest, it's been about a week, we found a computer that actually had the code to this particular place. I think it was 2 missions ago. But if you find this, you can just go in through the front door, 2741. If you don't have the code, you can go in through this adjacent window, and it's not really a big deal. It's kind of silly that way. 2741. There you go. Take a look, see if anyone's coming. Someone's right there on the door. We'll go ahead and just back off for now. We'll take a look around while we're here. You could, if you wanted to, go over here to this place. I don't recommend it. Like, we have this. You can see some stairs here that lead you upstairs, you know, predictably. And you can go out through a window up here, which is covered by a camera. One of those, like, head bust cameras. And you can climb out to this balcony and go in through any of these places. You could also go through all of this. You could go through here. You could use this to circumvent this guy if you really wanted to. Although you could just sit here behind the building and wait for him to pass. Get around that doggo. And then there's actually a ladder right here. But I would not recommend that particular route. Like, getting up there is a pain in the butt. It is easier from this side using the ladder. But it's just not necessary. Just not necessary. Not when you can go in through the front door. Also, the amount of time we have on these tinctures. Pretty ridiculous. I regret taking it, to be honest. There we go. Okay, he's gone. And now, if I look in here, that guy has gone back to his business, and we can make entry. There you go. On this first floor, You'll note this over here. This is ultimately where we need to go. This particular door, though, cannot be picked open because of, I don't know, undisclosed reasons. You know, the classic. So if you went through here, you'll notice there's no alarm, so there's really no reason not to do that. Other than this guy being here, it's like you might have to use some light. Oh boy, that's real hard. It's hard to use light. Either way, let's go ahead and spend a little time here because this mission's really fast, but getting to all these computers just to see what they say on them is not that easy. So we're just going to make a point to get to them, all right? I don't need to. My whole thing here is, of course, just go and have a fun time. Let's go ahead and go into here. Why not? The way I can just go under cameras and everything is really stupid, and I love it. Like, there's no reason not to love that. These bus cameras, though, I hate those. Those are the worst dumb things. Let's use some acid on it. Why not? We're going to load this reality, so it doesn't really matter. Also, it's probably better to go this way, to be honest. You'll see why when he comes in there. He really hugs the wall. We just need to go ahead and circumvent this guy. Let's go ahead and just use another one of these, just to make this easy. It's all about making it easy. Well, like I said, there's not really... I tilted my head quizzically like a dog. I'm fairly sure I told your dumb ass to actually shoot that with a laser beam, Jacko. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm the blame. But I'm pretty sure you're fucking stupid. I mean, it goes without saying, honestly. Alright. I'm almost through with Jackie's fucking hooliganry. Can you please close the door, Jackie? Thank you. Go see what's in this computer, Dora. Once the camera goes away. There's an access card over here if you really want it. We, of course, got that also from the same mission that we got the code from. Let's go and put this in here. And we'll see what it says on the old computer. Entries. Archive 1953. Take a look around. Room with clubs and shootings, intimidation by secret police, and prisons is obviously an ineffective way to control the country. And methods of education entrusted to teachers and propagandists are rude and unscientific. I propose a completely different approach, a scientific one. I believe utopia is possible. A perfect society in which people do not need to be forced, in which everyone loves and protects their own slavery, and free will is a forgotten concept. Soon I will be ready to tell you more about my project. In the meantime, I'm busy preparing the clinic for the first tests of the volunteers. There you go. That's the only reason we really came in here. You can also go in here and flip off the alarm. It's like, which alarm is that, Lethal? Well, let's take a little look-see, shall we? That turned off one of these. One of these. Like, all that work just to turn off one of these. It's ridiculous. Let's go and load the game. It's all for demonstrative purposes. Just so we can read a note. Let's go and run upstairs, shall we? We have this floor. There's another computer I'd like to look at. This one's also covered by a camera, because why wouldn't it? Turn off the light just to be safe-ish. Run over here. Now let's go ahead and take another mushroom decoction once she actually gets through. There we go. None of these are even locked, though. I guess they don't anticipate many people getting in here. Which, you know, to the credit, they probably are. Archive 1951. We've all seen those pitiful, intimidated puppies. They are now being sent to the front from all over our country. Untrained youths turning green at the first burst of the shells. They are strikingly different from our ideas of what the defenders of our state should be. The education and propagandistic features to nurture the younger generation, initiated by Mr. Himmelstas, have suffered a resounding failure. It should be admitted with all the revelation that we've seen. Therefore, I ask, no, I demand to consider the project Soldiers of the Future as soon as possible. If a positive decision is made, allocate all the necessary funds and materials for this. In case of another lazy unsubscription, I swear I will take my project all the way to the Supreme Committee. So there you go. Another note. On this floor, this is where you'd make entry, by the way. You can turn off the lights. There's this guy over here, which we will be looking at later. But not right now. What else do we have? We have some other stuff. Really, there's so much of non-consequence in this particular building. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, go and load again. We're back on the entry floor. Again, we're just doing this to read some notes. Let's see, what else? Do we have another computer around here? Actually, that's just the second floor. Let's go up another one. Jacko, I swear to God, I'm going to wring your neck. Let's see, we don't have a computer over there. I think the last one's actually adjacent to the entry, but we have this one over here. Dr. Werner. How about it? The man himself. Let's not run into this guy, Jack. Okay? Because I really want to, Lethal. I know. I know you want to piss me off. It's your thing that you do. Let's throw some acid on it. Call me in the morning. I didn't bring any, oh, that's unfortunate. I can just go in through this door. It's not really a big problem at all. It's like I didn't bring any lots, so I can't, like, easily go over there. But I can just walk around. For some reason, he only locks one side. He's kind of stupid, this guy. Anyway, I would like to look at your computer, Mr. Warner. Werner, as it were. Let me go and use the access card. Out of the way, you. Copelandist is just the best thing ever, isn't it? Messages. Reply to criticism. You think too badly of me. I don't want to rule the state. I just want to be arranged more intelligently. You have thrown all your strength into improving the state structure, but I believe you need to stop by changing the building blocks that make it up. The people. Humans are not far away from primates. They have all the same old animal habits and weaknesses. Just as it is impossible to build a reliable house out of rotten boards, it is impossible to build a reliable society out of vicious people. The person of the future will be deprived of old emotions, doubts, desires. Nothing will distract him from saving the general idea. Only then will it be possible to stop building our new world order. Excuse me. From here, we can also do a few other things. We could disable some cameras. Oh yeah, that's where the last computer is. It's under the watchful eyes of these cameras. So we'll go check that one out. Access control. If you want to get into that basement door, you can just open it from Dr. Werner's computer. And now at this point, this guy's gonna, actually, there's another scientist. This guy's gonna walk in. I think we can hide actually over there. Let's see if we can. I don't think Werner has anything really worthwhile on him. So we're just gonna run over here and hopefully this works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I think we're gonna be fine. No one here, no Jackies, that's for sure. Alright, we're just gonna let him do his thing. He's gonna about face. Yeah, last computer's right in that room. We, of course, have the access card to that, too. This guy, sometimes he goes around left, sometimes he goes around right. Depends on the phase of the moon and if it is blue or not. He's very mercurial that way. Anyways, let's throw some acid on it. Now let's go in. Just to show you what kind of things you'll find here. Because you're not going to find any coats or anything. You're just going to find jacks and squat. Let's go and use the rest of this acid real quick. There you go. We got some third breath, and we got some spirit of the leader. See what we got on this old computer, Dora. We're on the verge of a discovery. A person is a thing. Throw him out of a window and he will fall. Set him on fire and he will burn. Yes, if a person's soul leaves the body, he becomes nothing more than a thing. And it is in our interest to turn this thing into a useful tool. The fundamental question remains, how do we get rid of the soul? But at the same time, preserve all the basic functions of the body. I have a feeling that modern science is already ready to provide an answer to this. Alright, great. How monstrous. Oh, I just went back to the same thing. Good job, Lethal. Security system. Turn off alarm. We'll see how much that turns off, shall we? Also, if you don't want this camera on, you can also turn it off from this particular panel. I think I was going to say that one turns off one of them. So lots of ways for you to actually go about solving this particular thing, but it's not really that big a problem. As you'll soon see, we've read all the computer doors. Where are you going? No in particular. All these people, they don't even know I'm around. So that, of course, turned off one laser beam. All that work again for one laser beam. This freaking game. So, just to show you what else you could do, let's go ahead and load the game again. Again, we're at 55 seconds into the mission, and we are perfectly made to get this mission done. Why are we perfectly? Well, why don't we run over here first? Actually, let's go upstairs. We do need to get one thing, because we need to get through this door. It's impossible to break. But we have this guy right over here. It's not going to be a problem. Let's go ahead and throw some brain stems on it. Let's go ahead and throw some acid on it. This guy has a key, as you can plainly see. So we're going to go and we're going to get that from him. Let's go and throw some acid on that. Now, Jacko, I don't want you to be stupid, okay? There you go. Attaboy. Alright, out of the way, you. We now have this key, and we're going to head downstairs. And we should have... Yep, I was going to say, that guy should be coming around. Now we have the key, so we can make entry down there. Let's go ahead and take some mushrooms. Just to make this a little smoother. It's not really going to be that big a deal. Excuse me. It's hard to talk whenever you're going super speed. We have our EMP pistol. It has 2 shots. You're like, lethal, there's 3 laser beams. Just in case you forgot, I gotta get out 1 laser beam for free, Kyle. So I could just run right through that thing. I can't run through all of them. I can only run through 1. But still, that's one other one I couldn't run through. And here we come to some guy in the basement who's just sitting there, you know, doing his thing. Hey there, fella. Who are you? How'd you get down here? Hush, old man. I'm just a little lost. I'll leave soon.
My hand's already on the security call button. I advise you to tell me the purpose of your visit as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can call anyone you want. I've already done everything I need to do. As soon as this hotbed of evil will just be blown up.
What? How?
Don't deny it. I already know about the Epsilon serum. And I know that you make an obedient sheep out of people too. I will put an end to it, even at the cost of my own life.
Bravo! To tell you the truth, I even admire you. You are a man of strong character, and you dared to do an exceptionally noble and brave thing. I'm a clever man, but I have no character. That is why it is easiest for me to appreciate your action.
What do you mean by that?
You see in front of you the culprit of this whole project, and also a coward.
So are you like Himmelstars or what? I don't know.
It all started a few years ago. Our research group was just trying to improve brain stimulant formula. You know, the one that you've used multiple times on this mission.
How do you know that?
Well, never mind that. But in the course of the experiments, we began to get interesting results. This is extraordinary submission and obedience in experimental animals. Whenever you told them to sit, they sat. It was amazing. Even then, I could foresee what it would lead to, but I kept quiet. After a while, we started human experimentation, cruel experiments. Many experiments ended with the deaths of the subjects, and the survivors resembled unreasonable and submissive beasts.
Wait, how could they be, like, unreasonable and submissive? I don't understand.
At that time, I could still try to disrupt the experiments to fake data, but I still did nothing and obediently, followed all my orders without having this particular, obedience formula inside me. It was soon discovered that certain parts of the brain were capable of resisting the action of the Epsilon serum. So, a team of surgeons led by Dr. Werner, who you just stole that key off of, were invited to the laboratory. Without worrying about anything, they began to cut whole chunks out of the test subjects' brains. Dr. Werner, who was unusually proactive, was appointed as the new project leader. Thanks to him, the entire party leadership learned about the Epsilon serum. The Army wanted perfect soldiers. The Epsilon Committee wanted obedient citizens. With the proven nods of the Supreme Committee, we were leaving people less and less human. Only then did I dare to sabotage the project. Of course, I was soon found out. Dr. Warren needed one conversation to break me and turn all my trust to dust. All my courage, rather, to dust. Unfortunately, a man incapable of losing all of his knowledge is incapable of losing all of his knowledge at will. So I had to submit to it and continue my research work. From that moment on, I did not spend a single day outside the walls of this laboratory. It became my prison.
So you sabotaged the project? Do you call yourself a coward? Then what do you call people who don't even try to do anything? Anyway, okay, how are things now? Things have improved, right?
The development of the Epsilon serum is nearing completion. I feel the Supreme Committee is already satisfied with the quality achieved. The test subjects permanently lose their personality and are deprived of their personal desires. We managed to retain about a quarter of their skills. This is quite enough for the soldiers to carry out the simplest orders. In a few more years, they may become indistinguishable from ordinary humans in their functions. That's when all of them will be taken into the operation.
And the destinies of millions of people will be ruined by your hands.
Don't I know it? These fools of the Supreme Committee will ruin us all. They will destroy the world to destroy mankind. The lust for power has clouded their minds, and they do not see the obvious. Only by being free and happy can human beings move progress forward.
Why hasn't anyone thought yet about creating a new law, like people who want power shouldn't get it? Like that's an easy one to enforce, right? That should solve all the problems.
Unfortunately, this law is the exact opposite of reason or the existence of the body. The body seeks power only for the sake of power itself. For them, power is just not a means of prosperity. Power is their ultimate goal. The creation of the Epsilon serum is direct proof of this.
In the meantime, we don't have much time left. The bombs are about to explode. They set the timers before I even came here, so I don't really have a choice about these things going off and on. I have no clue how they work, and it's clearly not your area of expertise. We have to get out of here.
When you listen to me, all the secrets are duplicated here in my head, Slap said. If I leave here, the whole venture will be in vain. They'll find me, and under torture, I'll recreate the entire formula from, memory.
So, are you sure you want to stay?
Absolutely. And how glad I am that fate has sent you here. At least one man had the courage to oppose the will of the party. As they say, one good sheep can spoil a lousy flock.
Who the hell says that? Anyway, see ya. That was fun. We met a new friend who we're gonna lose immediately. This turns off the alarm upstairs, by the way, the laser beams. So it's advisable to probably turn that off. This is where we gotta put our explosives. Come on, Jacko. Sometimes he gets a little stupid. If he hasn't shown you that enough. Alright, so he's out of position. Let's go ahead and take some mushrooms. Did you not take the mushrooms, Jackie? Jackie, I swear to God. He's all winners don't do drugs. I'm all okay. Okay, he did take it. It's just hard for me to tell. Now he's ready to take another one. I guess during that conversation, it was still going. Oh boy. Damn it, Lethal. You should have waited for this guy to be turning around before you took your mushrooms. You're too mushroom happy. Anyway, now all we gotta do is get out of here before things explode. There's not really any real sense of urgency here, just in case you're wondering. We just need to get out of here. It's important. Alright, let's see if he turns around. I really didn't need to use the mushroom tincture, but I wanted to, and that's all that matters. Oh wait, we can't get out that way. We gotta go towards this. Even though this is where we started, we have to go this way. I forgot. It's been a while. Anyway. Mission complete. 2 minutes, 17 seconds out of 30. 0 things. 1 attacks. It wasn't really an attack. I stole his key. It's not an attack. It's different. 4 stars. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, there are very few items stolen, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. This is the end of the game. Let's continue.
Our plan worked flawlessly. The lab was liquidated, the Epsilon serum destroyed, the experiment thwarted. Although our lives have become an endless race against death, thanks to our efforts, humanity has gained a small reprieve from annihilation. Will humanity be able to seize this chance? Now, it's up to the people themselves. The incident cannot remain secret and was made public. For the first time in many years, a shadow of discontent arose among the people. But it would be foolish to expect rapid change in a world in which ideological dogma suppresses all skepticism and logic. The victory of reason over greed will require years of continuous work and the combined efforts of thousands of concerned people. After all, there is only one thing whose value is paramount, and that thing is not the state, but the people who inhabit it. And as long as at least some of the people remain free, as long as at least some of them retain their common sense, there is still a chance for freedom.
There you go. Gone Rogue in its entirety. There's a lot of things that are nice about this game, as far as stealth games are concerned. I'm no stranger to the stealth games, obviously. But one thing that I really appreciate is just the variety of playstyles you can do and a variety of approaches you can take to every level. I mean, that last one, as quick and easy as it was, is a great example of it. Like, they let you do anything. I had one combat ask, do you think it's possible to do it without any perks? I think that last level kind of proves that the game is designed to be played exactly that way. If you want to have some conduct where you go through it without perks, you could probably almost certainly do it. You'd probably have to buy things. But I think any level is completable with any set of skills, which you don't really see that of. It's a kind of a weird game in a lot of aspects, though. Like I've talked about before, the omniscience, the all-knowing, all-seeing nature that you have from your god plane to see on the stage. It makes it easy to get around patterns and whatnot. Anyway, let's go ahead and click on this so we can be at the main screen and have some music. One other thing I found that was interesting that I don't see in a whole lot of stealth games is like the changes in AI behavior. Whenever and you didn't really see that a whole bunch in a lot of levels, but like the first one we saw was like in the combat. Well, actually, we saw it in the butcher shop too, where whenever we entered the actual butcher shop portion, then the butcher came down there. Otherwise, he was happy just to walk around inside his little place and walk downstairs. He never went into the butcher shop unless you went up there. And same thing with like the commandant's house. And the way that it differs between hard and normal and easy difficulty is also funny there. Because like the maid doesn't come upstairs unless you go upstairs. She's just gonna stay downstairs where she's a bother until she can be a bother upstairs too. Same thing with the gentleman, the commandant. That is also the other thing I really enjoyed about this game. The approach to difficulty isn't too bad. Instead of making things like faster to detect you, which they are, they have additional NPCs, and those NPCs have different behavior depending on your difficulty level. Like sometimes I have Bloodhound, which is really fucking obnoxious. It may be in a good way, sometimes it's a little infuriating. Just because how the AI can be a little weird. You didn't see as much on camera, but I've seen some really weird behavior in this game. Anyway, like, they set up for a sequel, obviously, with that ending. Will we have a sequel to Gone Rogue? Will we Gone Rogue? I mean, we'll have to see in the future. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next LP, and also one bonus video for this one, which I hopefully will do pretty soon. To show you exactly how to get all the collector drinks, I suppose you could call, all the elite alcohols in this game, and what those actually unlock. I'm guessing it's going to be another specialization, because that's what you unlock in this game. But either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.